So I got a DM today from someone who says she has been ghosted by one of her friends. Let's read it real quick. Hey Trent, I'm reaching out because I haven't seen or heard from one of my close friends for almost a year and a half. We met in college in our sorority and stayed close after graduation. We used to party together all the time and hang out frequently, but one day she fell off the face of the earth. Hope she's still alive. She's deactivated all her social media accounts and no one from our friend circle has seen or heard from her since. I texted her mom once and she replied that Kara was doing well and didn't elaborate any further. Please help me find out why she ghosted me and all of our friends. I'm thinking this. Either Kara's not telling me everything in this email or Annie has something that she's going through personally. Because you just don't up and ghost someone you're close to. So I want to definitely get down to the bottom of this. I'm gonna holler at Kara and make sure she's telling me all the information, and hopefully we can find out the real reason why Annie ghosted her. Let's get it. What's up, Melissa? How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Good to meet you in person. Thanks for having me over. So I got your DM.
Yeah.
And so tell me about the timeline before she ghosted you. Like, how were you guys, like as friends? And tell me all about that.
Of course. She was my best friend. We met in college. Basically, it was our first day of class, and immediately we connected. Not a day went by we didn't spend together. We didn't message each other. I mean, we even made sure our class schedules were in sync.
So you guys were like tight, like best friends.
Yes, we knew everything about each other. There was nothing she didn't tell me, and I her. And she just disappeared out of nowhere. It's not like her. I don't understand what happened.
Is she alive?
Well,
like, you know that part?
Yeah. I mean, of course, that was my concern. Like, God forbid something happened to her. But I mean, when I asked our friends, she even ghosted on them, and her mother won't even give me answers. Like, it's like she's trying to get me off the phone.
So when you talk to her mother, when you say get you off the phone, like, what do you mean by that? Is she angry with you? Is she very short with you? Is she...
Not angry. It's as if she's just giving me one-word answers to kind of satisfy me until the next call. And, I mean, Kara's not answering my messages. She's not answering my phone calls. I must have left 100 voicemails by now.
So you've checked her social medias?
Yeah,
and you've sent her messages?
Nothing. I think she might have even blocked me, to be honest.
And your friends that you hit up about Kara, are they saying the same things? They've tried to call and...
They've tried everything. I feel like a few of them have even given up by now.
So there's nothing you can think of at all, right? Because I want to help you. I want to help you, rekindle this relationship and figure out why she ghosted you. But there's nothing that you could have done at any point.
No.
Maybe a conversation you had with another friend about her that she could have found out about or anything.
No, I have no ill will towards her. She's my best friend. Well, I don't know what I could have possibly done.
Well, do you have a way to get in contact with her mother?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think the last time I called was yesterday to see if maybe she'd give me a little bit more. I have her number if you want it.
I definitely would like that because obviously she's not on social media, so I can't find her that way. So what I'll do is I'll try my best to get in contact with her mother, and hopefully her mother can give me some more information about where Kara is, and hopefully I can talk to Kara and see what's going on and try to rekindle this relationship, or just give you peace to know why she ghosted you.
Something, anything.
So are you ready to find your ghost?
Yes, please.
Hey Kara, what's up? I'm Trent.
Hi.
Thank you so much for coming. You're pregnant.
Yes.
Like, are you sure you want to do this?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. I don't want to bring any stress or anything to you, so we always can do this at a later time. You sure?
I think I'm okay.
How far along are you?
5 months.
5 months. So how's it been? Like, has it been a struggle? Are you happy? Like,
for the most part, yes. Yeah, I'm good. It's definitely a new experience. This is my first time being pregnant, and
is this a planned pregnancy? Or kind of like in the middle?
In the middle. Yeah. I'm still with the dad, so
you're still with
things are doing well. But I obviously didn't plan on becoming pregnant so soon in my life. I think I was gonna wait for a couple years, but things happen.
At least you're with the father, and you guys are on good terms, so that's awesome. So the reason why I'm here, your mom probably updated you a little bit. Melissa.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I know. Yeah, okay. So I already know where this is gonna go. But Melissa contacted me, and Melissa, she's pretty hurt. You know, she hasn't heard from you in a while, and she told me that, you know, you guys were really good friends in college. Is that true? Mm-hmm. Y'all were pretty tight.
For a while. Mm-hmm.
Oh, for a while, okay.
Most of college and stuff, but yeah.
Okay, well, she told me you guys were cool, and even after, like, you guys used to go out, party together, turn up together, all of those things, which is typical in college. And even after, for a while, you guys were close, and then all of a sudden, boom, she don't hear from you anymore. And she hasn't heard from you. And she's reached out to her friends. Her friends said they haven't heard from you either. You haven't been on social media, you blocked them, all these things. Like, so I'm here to figure out, like, what's going on, why you ghosted Melissa and your friends.
Well, yeah, we were really close for some time, even like you said, after college. Went out a couple times and stuff like that. But, you know, there was one point where she kind of played with if anything, she kind of ghosted me.
Oh, really?
So I kind of find this a little bit funny. Because yeah, there was this guy that like I liked in college named Brian. I used to talk about him all the time. And you know, she knew about this. I would literally tell her all the time when we would hang out how much I like really liked Brian. Out of nowhere, I would say she ghosted me for a little bit, maybe like a couple weeks. And then, you know, I see on Snapchat she's going on dates, but you know how girls are, they don't like to really show who it is yet. And then next thing you know, I see is Brian. So I'm
so
like,
you hit her up about it. You were gonna hit her up about it.
I wanted to, but at the same time, it's like, I told you about him.
Right.
And like, so she knew what she was doing.
Got you.
Hence why she wasn't really, you know, hence why she wasn't really showing who it was until I guess when things got a little bit more serious with them, like a couple weeks in, then they started to show each other on their Snapchats. And
so
Instagrams
just to
and
be
stuff.
clear and fair to Melissa, right? So did she know for a fact that you had a crush or you liked this guy named Brian? No doubt about it.
Yeah, I would definitely say so, because I mean, I went to college with him and he just, like, I don't know, we were just always good friends, but I guess we never really went forward with anything while we were in college. But every time we would have our girl talks, I would tell her how I would wish I would be with him and stuff.
So why not just tell Melissa, like, this is the reason why I'm upset, this is the reason I don't want to be your friend if that's the case, or this is why, you know, I have a problem right now. Like, why ghost Melissa because of that without, and the friends, like, where does the friends part, like, is it because they're connected to Melissa, you don't have nothing to do with anybody? Or do you feel like you just don't owe anybody an explanation?
I think I don't owe anyone an explanation, really. You know, like the way I am with my friends, if if I tell you something and you want to play with that and you want to ghost yourself for me, like, I guess I kind of took my part and did the same thing as well. Yeah, I just felt like she knew exactly what she was doing. I didn't need to explain myself after that.
I get you. So let me make sure I have the timeline clear and everything clear. So you and Brian, you knew Brian in college. You had a crush on Brian. You liked him. Y'all never dated, right? Okay, you never dated in college. You told Melissa about this guy, Brian, and she knew how much you liked him. And then after college, you and Brian, I guess, lost connection or didn't talk or whatever. And next thing you know, Melissa is on Snapchat with Brian. And so she distanced herself from you a little bit because she probably knew that you would get upset, have something to say. Then over time, where she probably felt like it would be blown over, she reached out to you, but at that time, you didn't want to have nothing to do with Melissa.
No.
So that's the real reason why you ghosted Melissa, is because of Brian.
Yeah. The relationship didn't last long though. So like, I mean, I guess you could say I could have still been friends with her, but I figured what was the point? Like,
What, their relationship didn't last long?
I mean,
How do you know that? I mean, were you just paying attention, like, from
afar a little
Yeah.
bit? Yeah. But then Brian reached out to me, and so we started hanging out again. And yeah, like, things started working out with us a little bit.
So started hanging out as far as like what?
Well, it started out kind of more of like how we were in college, just like chilling as good friends and stuff. But then I guess we kind of decided like that was the moment that we should start pushing things a little bit further. And I thought, I mean, I'm not friends with Melissa anymore, and clearly she wasn't a great friend to me. And I mean, I liked him like all this time, so it kind of just made more sense. Like, it didn't work out with you guys. It wasn't meant to be with you guys.
So, when did you and Brian break up?
That's the thing. Brian's actually the guy that I'm with now. He's the father of my child.
Brian is the father of your child right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, the real reason why you probably ghosted Melissa, of course all these other things, this is another layer, is that now her ex-boyfriend is now your boyfriend and the father of your child.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
This whole situation, bringing it back up, it's definitely a mess. But, you know, like, I've kept myself off the radar for some time, so I know, like, I've definitely felt, you know, I've had time to think about it myself. But in regards to Melissa, like, you know, she had her part in it of ghosting me.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where it all started.
How would you feel if I was to ask you to talk to Melissa? To tell her the real reason why you ghosted her? Because it's gonna come out at some point, and I think it's better if you tell her now, like all of it, and get it over with, and you guys can decide what you wanna do. But I think she needs to hear from you instead of assuming that you don't like her or whatever for any reason. Would you be up for that?
Yeah, I guess it's gonna have to come out one day. So I don't know if it'll be easy, but I definitely think she needs to know, because by the time he's out, it's like, well, the world's gonna have to know at one point. Because we live in such a small like town, like I swear it'll get to her, but I've just been so afraid of how to tell her or how I'd even feel being right in front of her, but I guess now is the time.
Well, I think it'll relieve a lot of stress off of you. It might add a little bit of friction, but at least you'll get over it, done with, and you need to be focused on your pregnancy. So let's do it.
I agree. Okay.